which I think is good. They were making sandwiches and handing out. He told me they walk out every day and hand out like 200 little sack lunches.
And they started it to honor their son.
All right,
His name was Jordan.
good to go.
All right. Ready?
Are these plugged in to there? Like that, or just flipped? Maybe they unplugged their way,
Window,
probably when they did the windows. Things got,
there you go. Get power.
gotcha, yep.
Are we ready?
Yep.
I'd like to call the meeting to order for September 23rd, 2025. Would you please rise for a moment of silence? Would you please join in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call
Trustee
Here.
Trustee Hunter
here.
and Trustee Gibson.
Okay. Move on to Paula for your financial report.
Okay, tonight's bills, there were 18 bills that totaled $17,086.81. Payroll that was today, gross was $92,191.41. A payment was made to IRS for $10,905.13. CME for HSA payroll deductions was $990. And there was a separate payment made to CME for the firefighters prorated township contribution for 2025. It was $2,333.35. Payroll deductions were made to deferred comp for $1,310. And state and city taxes and school was paid $4,593.06. On other issues, we still haven't received that double chargeback from Stryker. The chief gave me a bill for when he went to that conference. You'll have to, I did not do a check for that because there was no address to send. So just go ahead and do it on your
Credit card.
credit card.
Okay,
Yeah, I looked and
and while you're talking about Stryker, we got it. I'll explain, I'll talk to
Okay.
that in a minute, yep.
okay. And then I had noticed on our EMS deposits that we get, and I already gave Chief copies of it. They get deposited and it'll show, a lot of the deposits will show like what insurance company paid it. But then there'll be deposits made to like through a lockbox. MediCount was having issues with tracking through that lockbox. So they set up some different payment methods. And for whatever reason, on some of those, I noticed when I printed out for the transactions that's gone through the banking system since last statement, there was some showing up and they have like little notations on them and it was saying Trenton Fire Department. So far this month, there was 3 of those out of, let's say there's probably 30. But there was 3 in there that was showing Trenton, and I did go back and look, and I went clear back through January on my actual statements. The only one I found that was just noted to anybody but Pleasant was there was one last month, and it was also to Trenton Fire. So the chief has that information. He's going to follow up. And I asked him to double check that if we're getting somebody else's money to make sure somebody else isn't getting some of ours.
Yeah.
So, but
Where's
that's,
Trenton?
it doesn't have an
Sure.
address, it just says Trenton Fire Department, so.
It's down by Dayton. Should we send them a thank you letter?
Then
That's where the middle.
they're definitely gonna be asking for their money back. Yeah, so, but anyways, he got that information and he's gonna follow up on it, but. So. And I had received a copy of the GoDaddy receipt, and I went through it, and I have a cop, well, it was emailed to you too, but you were copied on it, but I did make you a copy. Because there's several in there, either people that I don't see on our part-time list, or either may have already left or something, so I printed you out a copy. Okay. And I think that's all I have.
Want to do that resolution now?
If you want, you won't forget.
I won't forget. Okay, first I'll make a motion to pay our expenditures.
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets,
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
and Trustee Goodebson.
I'll make resolution 44 to accept the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. Don't have a second. Roll call?
Trustee Sheets,
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
and Trustee Goodebson.
Okay. We'll go on to our department reports. Deputy Atkins was supposed to be here tonight, so he might be running late. So we'll go on to road department. Robert is absent, so Greg.
Well, as you know, we had to clean up over the weekend. It was. Two trash cans got full of it. It was the most, the 10 years that I've been here, it's the least attended one that I've ever been associated with.
Do you think it was because it was the least, it wasn't publicized enough, or?
I mean, we do it the same, put out the signs, the same
fine.
week before, and it was nice weather. Oh, and we thought we were gonna get really slammed because there was no Buckeye game, and that's usually
Yeah.
when people get out of here and they wanna go watch that. It wasn't like it usually is, I guess I should say. And then truck 22 had some service done to it. And while that was being serviced, truck 20 was blowing out smoke. They said that was a dirty EGR valve. We did some service on the cemetery motors. One of them had a broken, like a gear in there that was broke. And we got the parts and got the road mower fixed, so it's back in service. And they're having safety training up in Hilliard on Thursday.
Hey. Is that cement mixer back in service?
No,
Now, you probably know which grave at the cemetery. That the family members and the friends are very upset that that monument is not set.
sure. Oh, do you know which one it is?
Yeah,
We did a bunch of them before it broke down.
it's that one that the base needs torn out and replaced.
Yeah. It's at the place hopefully getting fixed, but I haven't heard anything on that.
Well, I guess I'm gonna say hopefully it's not good enough because it's been over a year. And I know these people. She was a member of Columbus Women's Choir. They go out there often to honor her or whatever. And it's rather embarrassing that this has gone on for so long.
What did we use before we had the tractor mounted cement mixer?
Or wheelbarrowed it from the building.
I mean,
We had that cement mixer that hooks onto the dump truck.
do we still have that?
Yeah, I think it's still in the building up there.
Would it be possible to get that? to do that?
Dash Robert on that, I'm not sure. For some reason, I thought something was wrong with it as well, but I'm not positive on that.
Will you pass that on to him?
Sure.
I've got the electric one that I can meet out there with a generator and Harbor Freight, I mean, you can make the concrete in
Yeah,
it.
we tried to find another 3.1. We were just gonna buy a new one because the other ones,
Right, but I mean, if
it wasn't that great when we got it, but it was, at least it was,
something,
we weren't wheelbarrowing it all over the hills and everything,
so
so,
like I say, if
yeah.
Well, thank
I'm
you.
to it, I can generator and mixer and fix it right on site if you want to.
If
Well,
we
thank
just get
you.
that one done, it's been a year that,
My concern is if you don't get it done by October, you can't do it till spring, correct? The weather is getting bad and
Just, well, yeah, I guess it would depend on how actually cold and wet that it gets. It seems like it's been lately. We could go up until it's frozen over. I will let him,
all right, thank you.
I don't have an answer for you on that.
Yeah, just,
I didn't see that
That's on me.
until I sat down here. So,
I have it on there that you can.
yeah, I would
point
have
it out
asked
to
him
him,
about it if
so,
I'd have seen it
Yeah,
earlier. I just,
I kind of didn't expect you to have answers for it, but you could just, I just
Yeah, I
want to
will
bring it
do.
up so you can pass it on to Robert.
I would,
We need to make that a priority. Okay, anything else? Hey, chief.
Okay, apparatus wise, we had engine 231, had to replace air compressor and dryer on that. And then we had to have front springs replaced. PM, the medic, boat 231 has numerous leaks and we're repairing it. It's 12 years old, so we're gonna try and get it into the first of the year. And then we're gonna have to look for a new boat, probably, because it's just sitting there, it leaks air on a regular basis. We had repaired our dump tank, which we'll use on bigger fires in more remote areas. Personnel wise, resignation letter from Cameron Carroll, starting 2 weeks from September 16th. So now you need a resolution for that.
I will make resolution 45 to accept Cameron Carroll's resignation.
it's like that.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunt?
Yes.
What did you say the effective date?
2 weeks from September 16th, which I believe would be the 30th maybe. Training wise, we're planning 2 training fires for October. Station, the windows are replaced in the building. We had blinds on there. I'm not sure if you want to replace the blinds or go with curtains. I know in the other part of the building, I think we're just going with curtains because it's cheaper. Some blackout curtains, because how the windows are, the blinds were on the inside, so I'll be guided by what you would prefer, and then we'll just take care of it and get it and install it. So I don't know if you want to put blinds on these windows again.
I would say whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter to me.
I would say if you, since all the windows are the same, done curtains up front, you need to do curtains here.
Okay, yeah. I
They might be more,
think it looks nicer, yeah,
and if they're blackout and they're heavy,
yeah. Well.
they're more insulated.
Well, it's amazing, once we put these windows in, you couldn't even hear the generator running out there when it's running from the other room, so
They look very nice.
they're really nice, and they come in, and did it in 2 days, and so, yeah, I'm very pleased with the work that they did, so. But yeah, we'll do curtains in, because that's what we're doing, and everywhere else, it's a little cheaper, and I think it'll look nicer.
I think it would look nicer.
So, okay. So we'll take care of that. we're replacing some old light fixtures. A lot of our switches, the sensor switches are going bad, so we're gonna have to replace some of those. We're working on those because those are going bad. We got a wasp issue inside the station. We're trying to figure out where they're coming from. Working doesn't take care of it, so I'm sure we'll be there with Raid, cans of Raid and figuring out, go from there. But working on that. The door, the frame was coming in this week, and then the guy was gonna schedule to get out here for the door. At some point in time, we're gonna have to paint the outside of the building. Still waiting on some bathroom quotes. I think we only got one. A lot of people don't want to mess with it. And then block, we have to do some stuff with the block. We've got some water damage, and Ed had given me a guy's name. I talked to him. I'm still waiting for him to get back with a price for me on that. Let's see. Also, front ramp, we're gonna have a number of issues we need to take care of around here. Front ramp's still on the radar because we got a pretty good price for concrete to do that front ramp. And it's only gonna go up. I thought 52,000 was a pretty good price for that. So we need to keep that on our radar and figure out what we want to do with that.
Did they just give you a number, or did they give you,
I got a whole quote for the concrete.
yeah,
Yeah, I got a whole quote because I think I gave it to Ed last meeting. I think there was a copy of it I gave to Ed.
that listed everything?
Everything they were gonna do, yeah. Because actually that company was gonna put 8 inches of concrete, reinforced concrete. Everybody else was doing 6 inches, and they were more expensive. So, I think 8 inches is by far head and shoulders above everything. That was tearing out and hauling everything away, putting the base in too. So,
We do have a contractor on Harrisburg Road in the township. I'd like to see if he would give us a bid on that.
okay, you know what the name of it is, Ed?
It's at the Lubin Quarter Place. There's a sign and a phone right out of Harrisburg on the left.
Okay,
I want to say Kirby. I'm not sure.
okay, I'll make a note. If I get down that way, I'll look them up.
Brian Lubin. His name,
Brian what?
Lubin,
Okay,
Luebben.
okay. I'll follow up, see. We have, I gave you a copy of the striker thing. We were talking about the striker, we had that overpayment. So currently, we haven't gotten our life packs, our Lucas devices serviced like we need to. And it's really a liability because if any of them fail on a run, then we're gonna be liable. And so we looked at Stryker, and Strykers are the ones that built the stuff, they manage it. Obviously, you could go with the 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. We looked at a 5-year contract. So the grand total for a 5-year contract for all our devices is $52,000, $52,005. Now we have a credit from what Paula was talking about, the one we've been chasing down of $4,538.36, which would take that down to $47,466.64. Year one, our first year of the contract would be $5,862.64. And then years 2 through 5 would be the ProCare annual payment there on that front sheet of $10,401. And my recommendation is we go with this 5-year contract because we need to have that equipment serviced just for liability's sake and make sure it works.
Now, what do we get for that inspection? Do we get service
Yeah, if we get a service, yeah.
So if there's something they find wrong, we would just pay for the parts and the services.
Yes.
Covered in that.
Yep.
And we've never had a contract on those before?
No, it's one of those things, you know, and there's been fire.
I thought we did.
We had one physically a whole year back.
Right, years back, we haven't had physio control in quite a while though, so that's the thing.
Guess that's what I was thinking, because I remember
Yeah, we probably had one
years
with
ago at Prairie when they started.
physio, because everybody had physio control then, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's pretty high risk to not have that
Yeah, exactly,
covered.
exactly. Yeah, I didn't realize we didn't have it.
On this payment schedule, it's got an August payment, 10,401. And you said something, they're gonna deduct that 4,400.
So our first year, yeah, our first year would be just under $5,900 for our first year. Which would be when we agree to the contract, and then we would make that first payment. And then after that, it would be the 10,401 for the next 4 years, each year.
There's no fine print with an increase or anything.
No, that's what, because it cost, for the 3-year contract, it would cost more. So the longer you push it out, it was cheaper actually.
Do you have another copy of that?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
So what would the additional cost be?
Parts, something
And
breaks.
that's it?
Yeah.
That include free loaners.
You know,
Equipment if something breaks down.
I don't have it here. I don't know. That's something I would have to check. That's a good point. I'll check on that.
I think that would be covered under.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
Let me ask you a question, financial end of this. I've heard this for so long. The striker owes the township money. For accounting purposes, to me, striker needs to pay the township that money to even that out for. You tell me about bookkeeping. Is it better that that shows us and is paid off and we start the year fresh with 0-0?
That's up to Paul. What happened?
That's, I guess that's beyond breaking this word is.
Oh,
Does
sorry.
that, would it,
matter.
would it be better if that amount is paid off to the township to make records more legible? Because I'm hearing this.
Well, they show it as a credit. So Stryker will actually show that we made an overpayment and we have a credit. And then they would apply the credit to this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Are we better off to start the year without that credit? It's a different contract.
Did the credit happen in this same year?
Yeah, the credit happened. Yeah, what
Yeah, it
happened was Paula made a double payment because we thought it was, and it was an error on Stryker's part. So they turn around and reimburse another Pleasant Township. We had to track that down and get that back. And then, so we were sitting with a credit in the account. Now, if we do the contract, then that credit goes towards that $10,000.
Right.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if the auditor would look at this, if the auditor was going to go,
I think it's mainly with the auditors, you better be able to show what you did. And so like, we have other times that things get overpaid or something. And so I just keep really good notes and we'll show, you know, this was paid on this, this was paid on this. And then if we got a new bill in, we use that credit over here. We've just been mentioning it because it was such a huge amount.
Right.
And we hadn't gotten any new bills from them other than I think it was like an $80 one or something. that we didn't pay it because we were waiting to figure out this. So it's mainly the auditor, you better be able to prove what you did.
Right.
So as long as you can prove it,
And so it doesn't, and this is just my idle curiosity, it doesn't matter if you have two different years. So like, what if you didn't use that credit until,
well, that's why that's why we were kind of pushing it to get it taken care of one way or the other.
but what would happen if you didn't have that so that you still have this credit? Does that screw you all up?
No, not really.
As long as you keep, and as long as you.
This
again,
is
can
probably one of the
explain it.
bigger ones that we've ever had.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
So,
curious
yeah.
on how it all
And
works.
that's why we kept mentioning it,
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
need to do something one way or the other. So, yeah.
So does this do this, the cot repair also, is that included in on this?
No, these are just our life packs and our Lucas devices.
Want to look at
Yeah.
that?
So was there overpayment for the life pack care and the cot?
We made a double payment.
Right.
So what happens is that overpayment will go toward, otherwise it would be $10,401 each year. So that overpayment for this year would be an immediate credit.
I think the question is, what was that 4,400 for?
Yeah, because if it was
It
for
was,
striker repair or cot
um,
It was
repair
probably, it might have been for.
and on its day, I would think it would stay in that fund. The rescue equipment I think fire department fund, but
That's
It was,
I don't know, I'm just,
Hang on, let me look.
that's what it was.
Okay.
for.
So you're saying
Let's
because
see.
they paid for different types of
different
things.
service.
Like if it
doesn't
was,
matter.
what usually let's say, I think the original bill was maybe equipment. So with that,
Yeah,
but. So then if it was like service, then you just do like a credit over to the other account or whatever.
You just
But,
do
yeah.
it in your internal.
My only
Like I said, as
question
long
is
as you
make
can
sure
track
that
it.
you're able, that everything, to help you,
Right,
if you felt better that, yeah, I'd rather close this so we start from scratch.
yeah,
I mean, that's all I'm asking.
no, I gotcha.
Yeah.
There was something on the back, it told something about maybe what they're doing. So,
and I think
It's being
originally,
printed.
yeah,
yeah,
I think it originally might have been AEDs that we
I
got.
think that's.
Because we got a couple AEDs, so they're on our other vehicles, so we always had some kind of, because we drive around a fire department vehicle and someone goes down, we at least had a tool to be able to respond.
Right, so that was all, just
Yeah, Brian,
keeping funds straight.
Brian said invoice for AEDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, as long as you pretty well document, they can track
I
it.
didn't know if it's been a hardship trying to get this stuff straight, because for us, it's like, this just doesn't make sense. Why didn't you get that payment back, put it back?
Well, it was actually what it was, they charged our charge card twice. It was a duplicate charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, and one that, and even on when it talks about the Life Pack 15, it talks, Stryker is the only FDA approved service product for their products.
Wow.
So we don't have anybody else we can go to. So if there's a failure and they're doing our maintenance, it's on them.
Sorry. We have another contract for the EMS equipment. Rescue, we'll have this 10,000 a year for the rescue equipment, and then we have to have another one for the cots and the.
Yeah, cots, we just been getting serviced as we needed.
Okay.
Because but the life packs and AEDs are probably the most important one, the Lucas device. Yeah, because that's where fire departments have been sued around the country because they went to use them, they didn't work. And yeah, fire departments have not fared very well in the legal system.
I guess I didn't know if we had a yearly contract for the life packs and what, just like what we're gonna have for the rescue equipment. Do we have a yearly contract, X number of dollars that covers all the other stuff? The life pack and the cot?
Well, this is for the life packs. No, we don't have a yearly contract for the cots or anything.
Okay.
No, we just get those serviced as needed for right now, so.
Okay.
Oh, I just have a question. I was just reading this small print on the back. It says, preventive maintenance will continue to be on devices less than 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And after that point, they will cease to conduct preventive maintenance. Is ours more old or is ours?
I'd have to check, but I know we're,
I mean, if we're doing a 5-year contract, hopefully they're not more than 3
well,
years old.
well, and the question is, and then that'll be a question I'll just throw back at them. Okay, what if we hit year 5 or year 8 in the 4th year of the contract, do we get a deduction from that? So I'll get that clarified from them and make sure that's something that we clarify.
I'd kind of like to see their contract. I mean, we need a contract with them, but I'd like to read it.
Okay,
How old is our equipment?
I can't tell you without checking.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know eventually we're gonna have to get, new, monitors, and the new monitors are running $60,000. It's crazy how much they're running $60,000 a piece, so.
If I remember correctly, at Prairie, it's been a long time, but I kind of know because I had to keep track of all of it. Like that 8 years. Once it reached that, it had to be replaced because nothing was covered.
Well, and that's where we're at with this. They're only covering up to 8 years.
Yeah, Prairie just
Yeah.
replaced that
Yep,
life pack.
yep. Well, and
Back
we
then they
know,
were life pack
that's gonna be on our,
tens, I think.
yeah, our radar in the future for, replacing life packs and, but I can follow up. Yeah, this is all I have for the contract, Ed. If,
In the old contract, I mean, with physio control, we got new batteries. And they did it every year. I just was curious if that was included. in this.
I don't think it is, because this is all it's showing is what it's showing here, is what they're, in the contract is what they're showing here. So, I can follow up and get a little bit more information and go from there.
Like how often do they service?
Once a year, I think, and then if you have any issues in between, from what I understand.
They should have that all written
That's
down.
what I would think. Are the batteries good for more than a year
Yeah.
on these newer ones?
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, I can't, we haven't replaced batteries since I've been here, so.
And you might put, I just noticed some dates on here. It says contracts start 8/20.
Well, I think, and yeah, that would be, we would just
Contract, yeah.
change the contract when we agree to it and.
It's kind of weird because they put contract start date 8/20, but the quote date was 8/21. So it's like a day after.
All right, anything else you want to know? I got batteries. I'll find out how old our life packs are and then certainly get the contract date.
Loaners, but nobody's. Did somebody ask about
Yes.
loaners?
Yeah.
Where is Stryker out of? I mean, where do they come from?
I'm not sure. I believe they're in town somewhere or someplace close by in one of the local suburbs.
On there, and the invoices a lot of time are different at Michigan, Portage, Michigan.
Well, they're such a big company,
But
so that,
that's why I'm saying just on the
Yeah.
invoice.
yeah, because they got repped everywhere, so.
I didn't see them. I can see them.
So I'll follow up and get that for
Okay.
the next meeting then.
Next thing is on my list is, ServPro. For, obviously in the summertime, we had an issue with mold. We still have an issue with mold in all the vents and everything. And, so we called ServPro in, and they said this has been a problem in a number of, they just went through it, state fire marshal's office. They actually said there was a couple other fire stations around the area that have had mold because of humidity. And, so their quote is, for, $9,708.87, and that includes adding a professional grade whole house dehumidifier that'll be tied to the entire duct system, which removes up to 130 pints of moisture per day, reduces proliferation of airborne viruses, helps prevent mold, termites, structural wood rot, and odors. It's not an issue for us. No messy water trays to empty. It'll set it, forget it. Building control automatically starts dehumidification when humidity above target is censored. Says system will be duct into both units in mechanical room to allow dehumidify both zones at the same time, including duct and piping to and from dehumidifier and condensate drain to the floor drains in mechanical room. And then they have 16 hours for cleanup, cleaning the HVAC room and all the diffusers and all the ducts of mold.
Does anyone else do that?
Yeah.
And
ServPro is the main one out there. No one that we found. There's probably some fly-by-night organization. I mean, but ServPro is a professional ones.
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are we spend $1,480 and get the mold situation under control. And into the winter months, you're gonna have heat come through there. I'm assuming there's a warranty on this April air. And it won't even come on this winter when the heat is on. So we wait till spring to add that. Assuming there's a warranty. Did they say what kind of warranty goes with that unit?
I'm sure there is. No, it doesn't say. You got everything that I have here.
If there's mold in the building now, I'd say we get it out of there.
Do you want to give me, do you want me to get a price for if they do it later on down the road? Because I'm sure it's the chances of the price staying the same because how the cost of everything goes up.
The way I read this, it's $1,480 to clean.
Mm-hmm. Right. Which we have to clean now.
Yeah, that has to be.
Yeah, because everybody's been exposed to
Yeah.
mold.
I'd say we get that done sooner than later. And then wait till the spring of the year to talk about this dehumidifier. We don't want the same thing happening again next summer.
Right, but there's a good chance that price is gonna go up too.
Yeah, if they're gonna do that now, and then we're gonna do the rest in the spring, might as well have them do it.
So start spring, get us a little more warranty. It's not going to be running in the winter time when the heat's on. It's just sitting there. We need the mold cleaned up now.
I'm okay with that, but I'm just saying if we push it out till, my thoughts are if we push it out till spring, chances are that cost for that unit is probably gonna go up, because the cost of goods go up every year for everything. So we're gonna, pay more later, and I don't know, you know, if we're willing to pay more later, and that's what we wanna do, I'm okay with that.
Okay, that would be my vote.
Can you ask them if it comes with a warranty? And if they say yes, 24-month warranty. And ask them if they can add 6 months onto it, since we're not using it. And then do it.
Okay, I'll see what their warning is.
Just, and their
Just
price.
Let us know at the next meeting.
Okay. What do you want, do you want to approve the cleanup now, or what do you want to do?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gotta be done.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And the rest of it, just tell them we're,
How long is that, once they do the cleanup, how long is that good?
Well, till,
Well,
well,
we get mold again?
it's good till we get mold again. Yeah, it's only good as long as, you know, till we call them back and
Did
we
they
have
happen
mold.
to say what was causing it?
Yeah, it was the humidity. Yeah, it was horrible in here, because we ended up buying some just regular dehumidifiers, and that helped a lot. But, yeah, this was their recommendation. That's what they're doing other places, so you don't have to keep emptying, water pans. And they said, well, we did help, but it didn't take care of everything.
well, I'll make resolution 46. To. I just don't want them to go ahead and do the whole thing. Resolution 46. To. Have the heat, vent, and air conditioning. With the April Air E100 pint professional grade whole house dehumidifier. Ducted.
No,
Is that-
no,
does
that's-
that-
That's the unit.
Okay. We'll scratch that and just do the heat, vent, and air conditioning cleaning.
Not to exceed 1,480.
Yeah. Not to exceed the 1,480.
Do you have a copy of them?
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think that's all I have.
Do I have a second?
You have a second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sheet,
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got. Oh, do we have this, our trash company do bulk pickup? I had a resident ask me that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I
they
have to
call.
You have to call them. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'll follow up with them. But, yep, that's all I got.
Like, I think furniture and mattresses need wrap.
Okay.
Mattresses, I know.
Okay.
And if they go to their website, you can go to
And schedule it.
locals web, I don't think you can schedule, I think you have to call. But you can get a lot of information just off their website,
Okay,
and you can go to, right to our contract
okay,
on there. You go to Pleasant Township. And it'll tell you everything
okay.
they do and the phone number to call.
All right, perfect. I'll follow up with that resident.
All right, old business. Talking about traffic.
Our current contract ran from 2020 to 2025, December 31st, 25. We paid $19.39 a month plus $1.80 to get it billed quarterly. The new contract through the consortium starts January 1st of 2026. It runs through 12/31 of 30. There's an increase from 1939 to 2189. It is for a 5-year contract. And I went through that contract pretty carefully. And in doing so, I found that they didn't have an opt-out clause in there, which we had in the last one. And as long as you're not using another hauler, you can opt out. If you have a way at work, if they have a dumpster, if you want to dispose of your own solid waste, you can do that. And they didn't have that in this contract, and I told them we had to have that. A lot of the businesses in the area, what few that we do have their own dumpster, and it wouldn't be fair to them to get billed and not be able to use their dumpster. There's also a charge, like if you set a refrigerator out and it hasn't been properly decontaminated with it's the chlorofluorocarbon that's in there, Freon, another word for Freon. They charge $100 to pick that refrigerator up if it has had that taken care of. So that is in the contract. Well, they also offer a 95-gallon, a 65-gallon, and a 35-gallon container to put your solid waste in. If you want to do that, it's $3.50 a month. You own your own garbage can or have it put in disposable plastic bags, garbage bags. Those will suffice. You don't have to rent one, but they do offer that for $3.50 a month. It is my recommendation that we go with part of its consortium 2 and for the 5-year contract.
Gonna make that a resolution,
I will.
the resolution 47.
Yep. To go with the consortium 2, which has awarded that bid to Local Waste, who we currently are using. That contract is a 5-year contract commencing on January 1 of 2026, expires 12/31 of 2030.
I'll second. Roll call,
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter.
yes.
And Trustee Good absent.
What's the total cost for that contract?
Total cost,
Yeah,
$21.89 a month plus $1.80 for billing,
oh, okay,
unless you set a refrigerator out that hasn't been.
okay, okay. It's not a bad increase.
No, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
And they'll agree to put that opt-out into it.
We've got it in it.
Do we still get senior discount?
You do get a senior discount. That is in there as well.
And there's gotta be some advantages, right?
And Pleasant Township provides the recycle carts.
And if you're handicapped and make it accessible to those, their drivers will, or their operators will retrieve the trash if you're handicapped.
Oh.
But you have to make those arrangements ahead of time.
Okay, anything else for old business? Any new business?
I had a complaint on a residence on Denton Road. And our deputy and the zoning department have been there in the past and things happened. And this was a different caller that complained yesterday on that residence. So
Did you see the email?
I left a message. No, I didn't see an email, but I left a message on Deputy Atkins' phone that nothing had happened.
He sent an email that our zoning enforcement gal is back
Okay,
to work, and she's already been down there.
oh, good deal. She may have been down there, but nothing's happened yet.
She said if nothing happens, he said how many days,
Okay,
she's sending it to prosecution,
okay.
so. He just sent that this afternoon.
Okay, I didn't get to see.
Okay. Paula?
Okay, Randy had, previously sent me, some information from Aetna that it's, talks about a stop loss policy. The information I originally got, it didn't ask for a signature or anything. And then they apparently sent her follow-ups that they needed a signature. All of that goes to her, and when I try to pull it up on my computer, it won't let me print it out or do anything. And so I don't know if it's because now people are putting safety measures in to where she forwarded it to me and I'm not the original person, that I couldn't open it up. So that's something she'll have to do, I guess. And I
Is
did.
that something that needs done? I saw that and I'm just leery of
We
everything.
know, I am, yeah.
I thought,
Well, I
Like-
forwarded her email with the signature because it says click here to review and sign.
I saw that.
But I couldn't get it to do it. So I did go ahead and send it to Tony and ask him if he could try to review the information contained in the email where they're requesting a signature, and told him that due to several scam issues that we were concerned and just wanted to make sure. I haven't heard back from him, but I'm pretty sure we had to do that same thing last year. So I think I sent it to him, like I said, a year, last year, whatever, and he said
Good
yes.
deal.
But like I said, the original one that she sent me, it didn't ask for a signature, and then
Yeah.
the follow-ups to her were asking for one, but I couldn't get my computer to do it, so. I gave you guys copies of the official certificate of estimated resources that we received back from the Budget Commission. And I do have, I was able to print out when well, I guess it's because it didn't come in the email, what she sent me originally from Aetna on that, and I do have copies I'll give you guys, but like I said, I couldn't do anything with that signature part. So, and I received email from Department of Administrative Service, and it says COOP, COOP, member information verification and update. And my computer would not let me open that up. And I'm honestly not 100% sure what that is. We used to have a thing with the state of Ohio, like where they sold surplus material. And I don't know if that's what this is or not, but it didn't really explain what it is. It just says access secure document, and I couldn't get that to either, so. On Beatty Road, I received another email from, at last meeting, I had mentioned they were asking about permits and things. I received a follow-up, and she said she was reaching out to get clarification if they need a ROW permit. And I forwarded that to Robert and told him I had no idea what that even is, so.
Right of way.
Oh, is that
Is it ROW?
Yeah, ROW.
Right
Oh,
of
well,
way.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I forwarded that to Robert. Tax review.
I only know that from the Board of Zoning Appeals because I thought, what is this?
A road permit, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Now I know. Tech review had a meeting scheduled for today, but it was canceled. Rural Zoning Commission has one scheduled for Thursday, the 18th. Oh, I guess we're past that too, aren't we? I told you my dates are all messed up. Received just an update from Franklin County Board of Health on, where they give information on, updated on what's going on for like different events, that type of thing. We received an email from, there's a new person, I think, working at CME and said the HSA team and document update. There was, I think, 7 or 9 or 4 attachments to this one, I guess. So I sent that to you guys, sent it to the department heads and asked them to get that to the employees, so they're aware of that. Several emails from SWACO. Just most of our newsletters, they are doing a, SWACO offers free household hazardous waste collection events for Franklin County. There's going to be one in Grove City, this Saturday, September 27th, between 8 and 1 on Kingston Avenue. And then the other one's in Westerville. A notice from the Department of Taxation warns of new text message scams. And talking about, they're sending out about people's tax refunds, and just to remind taxpayers, they do not use text messages to contact taxpayers. Board of Elections, National Voter Registration Day is October 6th. Several newsletters from Morksey. A couple notices from Franklin County on, they're having that Franklin County engineer meeting on November 19th. I think you guys dealt with that last meeting. Several newsletters from Soil and Water, several newsletters from Township Association, webinar on worker compensation. Ohio Community Wildlife Cooperation is having a conference in November. Provisions for amended substitute House Bill 96 PRS sent a notice out. It mostly talks about precinct election workers. And I keep getting emails about that opiate settlement, but we don't have any of that we deal with. So, or I mean, we're not involved in any of that. So, but I'm just mentioning it because I keep getting them.
Okay.
And that's pretty much all I have. Oh, I think I sent you guys a notice that we got our insurance coverage from Oterma, and I did print it out. That's our insurance policy. So I have it in the notebook. If anybody wants to see that. And I also printed out Provident accident and health for the fire department for this year. That just came in, so I printed it out too. So everything I have.
Okay. Anything else? All right, then I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Yes, I will second.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets,
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
and Trustee Britt.
You didn't, I don't know what we'd do.
Yes.